y'all, I'm Shannon Brielle and welcome back to Shan's Shenanigans. So today I'm going to give you a story time about the time that I somehow ended up on one of my faves Instagrams. I was your name for one night only, just one night in my entire life, and that your name experience was like very rated G, so before you go anywhere, ain't nothing happened except for the things that I'm about to tell you, which are school appropriate. And yep, I'm so bad at telling stories, but I'm gonna try to tell this one. In January, I went on vacation to Seoul with my friends because I was moving to Korea and they wanted to come send me off, so best friends forever, amazing people. We were in Seoul, just seeing sights and like partying. One of the days, I was checking my Instagram and I saw that Joe Malone had posted on his Instagram that he would be playing a show. If you don't know who Joe Malone is, he is friends with JB. So they do music together. JB like has a SoundCloud where he makes music that's like his own vibe. And then also he's like part of a crew, and so Offshore is the crew and they like make music together. So basically Joe Malone posted like, hey, like I'm playing a show tonight, it's a birthday party. And sometimes whenever a member of this crew like plays a show at just randomly downtown in Korea, JB will show up and he'll perform too. So my friend and I kind of looked at each other and we were like, like we had been hoping that something GOT7 related would happen on this trip. Like we had planned it, hoping that maybe we could go to the fan meet, but of course fan meet didn't even happen this year. So we were like, let's just go. Like let's just see what happens. If he doesn't show up, that's fine. Like it's not a big deal. Cause like either way, we're gonna just go listen to some really cool music. This is just a cool thing that we could do in Korea. It's just could be a good way to end our vacation. So we went. We had like a time limit because we had to leave to go to Japan the next day, and we had to wake up at like 3 or 4 in the morning to catch our flight. So we were like, okay, we're not gonna stay forever, but we're gonna stay and at least enjoy like what we can. We listened to some DJs. Also, we were like the hypest people in the room because I don't know, I'm big about being like a good crowd member. Like if you're performing and I'm in the audience, like I'm gonna hype you up. I'm gonna hype you up because like I know how hard it is to be in front of people and feel like they're giving you no energy and they're not liking what you're doing. So I am gonna be that audience member who is like, hey, yes, like you got this. So because me and my friends have that vibe, like after the DJs played their sets, like they came and talked to us and sort of were like, oh, like why, how did you even come here? Like why are you here? Because admittedly, like it was a small show, like not a lot of people were there. Like I mean, maybe 50 people tops were in that bar, in that room. So they were kind of surprised to see some foreigners there. One girl literally like introduced herself in Korean and then she like turned to just our little group of the 4 of us and was like, also for the foreigners, hi, I'm Jade. And we were like, oh, hey, hi. It was just cool. Like they all like were all the performers were very aware that we were there and like acknowledged us and like wanted to like talk to us. So it was a pretty cool feeling. I don't know, whatever. It's cool to feel like you're the life of the party. Anyway, I like attention. After a couple of hours, I don't even know how much time actually passed, but I just know that it was like time was ticking by and we were like, we have to get out of here eventually. Like, I guess maybe JB's not gonna show up. Like we had been looking around the bar and we were like, is that him? Is that him? Is that him? But like none of them were him. They were just all like people who wore very similar clothes to him. And had like similar haircuts and whatnot, but we were like, okay, I guess he's not here. I guess maybe he's in the back, who knows where he is, I don't know, maybe he's not gonna show up. So but after a while, suddenly I felt pain in my left thigh because Alyssa was freaking out and she was like hitting my thigh because she had been watching the door the whole night and apparently he had finally arrived. So he walked in and was with a couple other friends, and he like didn't walk over to our side. Instead, he walked over to like where the bar was, and sort of just like chilled over there. So basically, he was like directly across from us, but like it was really dark, so we couldn't see him. And also, I was like not trying to stare at this man all night. Like I was just kind of like, oh, that's cool. Maybe he'll perform. Maybe he won't. But it's cool that he's here. cool. Like, we saw an idol in the wild. So we continued to chill out, listen to other people perform. Shido went on stage. Shido is amazing. If JB had not shown up to this show, I still would have been happy that I went to it because it had me discover Shido. If you like KR&B, you should check out Shido. He's like a really good musician. Also, he's like a beautiful man, and it was very clear that most of the audience that was there that night was there to see him because he's fine. Like, yes. Anyway, so he performed and Joe Malone set finally happened. So Joe Malone got on stage and he also apparently loved us. I don't know, because like we were jamming out in the crowd, like singing along to one of his songs that like was very like call back and forth with the audience, but obviously like we were being the loudest because like we're just loud and we're, you know, trying to be good audience members. At the time I was like, okay, let me just like post something on my Instagram, ha ha ha. I started to record for my Instagram, and then as soon as I did, homie like comes over to me with the microphone and points the microphone in my face. And so I yelled into the microphone, I felt like that video of the lady at the Beyonce concert where she puts the microphone in her face for Halo. That's like, I was like, oh wow, this is happening to me right now. So I posted that on Instagram, and then I posted it on Twitter, and just was like, haha, that was silly. I'm pretty sure after Joe Malone's set, we were like, okay, like it's late, we're gonna head out. We were like, we're just gonna go home because we have to catch a flight in the morning. As we were leaving the building, first of all, the bar is like at the basement floor of whatever this building is, so we had to go down some stairs to go into the bar, so we had to go up the stairs to leave the bar, and that's like the only like entrance and exit. I mean, I'm sure there's others for fire code reasons, but like that was the main entrance and exit of this venue. So we were like, okay, we're gonna go. And so we went out of the door and we were gonna go up the staircase. And as we were going up the staircase, JB and his crew and like Joe Malone also were coming down the staircase. And so we were like, we had this moment of like, what did we do? We kept it natural, like I played it cool and just walked up the staircase. I wanted to say something to Joe Malone, and so when I saw them all coming down the staircase, I ignored JB. I just let him walk past me. I didn't even make eye contact with him or anything. Like I just let the man walk past me. And then I went straight to Joe Malone and I was like, oh, like, you were so good tonight. Like you played such a good show or whatever. He thanked us and then like sort of continued going into the building. And we were like, woo, cool. Like, so after that, we were waiting to like try to figure out how to get home, sort of just like giggling about what had just happened. Like, like we ignored him. We did it. Like we just talked to Joe Malone. It was fine. Like he might not even know we're fans. I want to go on record and say that like I had no intention of approaching that man or like doing anything to like intrude on his evening, because it was clear that he was there to hang out and like see his friend perform and support his friend performing. Personally, for me, if I know that a celebrity is not like on the job right then and is like trying to enjoy their time with friends and family, like I usually will not approach them because I just want them to have a good day, like just having their privacy, their private time or whatever. So I'm not even gonna look at him sideways so that he can feel like there's a fan that's like staring at him or whatever. Like I want him to enjoy his evening and just chill. Anyways, we were chilling, trying to figure out how to get home, and suddenly like the whole crew comes back upstairs again, and like I didn't even like want to look like even a little bit to like acknowledge, like to see who was there. Like I didn't want to do it, but Alyssa was very aware of who was coming upstairs. And I think that JB did actually exit the building again. I think that he was leaving at that point. But Alyssa saw Joe Malone though, and she was like, hey, can we get a picture with you? And he was like, yeah, sure, why not? And I remember like the most embarrassing thing that I did that night is when he said, yeah, sure, why not? I went, really? like a 5-year-old. Like, really? I was like so excited to take a picture with this man. But he was like, yeah, sure, like, why not? Why would I not want to take a picture with you? So we took a picture with Joe Malone, and it was really cool, and he was really, really nice, and like I'm sure we had like a small conversation or whatever, and then we figured out how to get home and we went home. But like I said, I had posted that video on Instagram and on Twitter, and suddenly my Twitter mentions started blowing up, and I assumed it was just like because I had posted that video, like it was just a funny video in general. And I also, on the record, like I said 0 things about the fact that JB was at that show that night as well. Like I literally did not say anything about it in my social media because I didn't want people also like running to that club to try to find him. So I was like I was very quiet about it. My Twitter notifications started blowing up though, and people were like, oh my God, Shannon, you're on JB's Instagram. Which I was like, what? To be fair, I saw him filming. Like I could see his phone up in the air. So I was like, he's filming his friend performing right now, and I am probably in whatever video that is. But I just assumed like that he was just, I don't know, recording it just for fun, like for fun. I didn't know he was gonna post it anywhere. So then when I got all these Twitter notifications telling me that I was on his Instagram, and suddenly people were sending me videos. So I watched the video, and it's such a mood because basically I literally was just jamming out in all of the videos. But 100% he also captured the moment that Joe Malone put the microphone in my face. So I, for that 24 hours, was on JB's Instagram, like screaming, I still love you, in a microphone. That's how I ended up on JB's Instagram. Don't know many other people who can say that. So if you take anything away from this video, I want it to be that you do not bother idols when you see them in their free time. I'm very proud of the way that I ignored that man. It made me also feel very powerful. Plenty of people in this world that worship that man's feet. So it made me feel pretty cool to be like, hey, like I'm just a stranger who doesn't know who you are, even though I definitely know who you are. I'm gonna ignore you because I don't want to invade your privacy. Also, I feel like I need to clarify, we went to this show under the impression that he might perform. Like, we were not going there just to stare at him in the crowd, and that is why I made a point to try not to look at him as much as possible when he was just chilling in the crowd. Also, like, I also made a point to talk to the people who did perform because I didn't want it to seem like we were just there just to maybe like interact with him. Like I felt like it was also a sign of respect to the people who actually were there to perform, to like really support them and talk to them and like enjoy the music that they shared with us. So I just feel like I need to clarify, we were not just there to stare at the man. Like if we found out he was at like a restaurant or something, we would not have like run to the restaurant to sit and stare at him. Like that's weird. So I just feel like I need to say that. Basically, don't be creepy when you see these people in public. Like, obviously, to each their own. If you want to ask them for an autograph or a photo, that's like totally on you. But for me personally, like, I'm just gonna let them chill. And I felt really cool about letting them chill. I'm gonna pat myself on the back for not bothering him because he was just chilling with his friends. And I think that, I don't know, I think it's the right thing to do. So, that's it. Like, that's it. That's the story. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, I'm sure I have something somewhere on the screen that will also make you happy. I hope this video made you smile today, and I will see you next time. Bye!